In today's video, we take things to the next level. Welcome back to Project Jag. In the last episode with this car, we sorted out the engine so that it went from looking like this to hopefully sounding a bit more like this.
Deliver us.
But in today's video, we're going to be sorting out everything directly underneath the front subframe and suspension. Dan?
Yep.
We took the rear subframe out of Richard's XJR a couple of weeks ago, and frankly, it was an absolute nightmare. Are we going to be facing that same nightmare today?
Hopefully not with a Jap car, but I've probably just tempted fate by saying that.
Okay.
But no, generally speaking, the Jap import cars do tend to unbolt a bit nicer.
So again, just less corrosion, everything's a bit easier.
Yeah, and we'll be able to see how clean the chassis rails are and everything like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it's generally not too bad a job, but it can be a 3-day ordeal, as they say.
But it's also going to be like an F1 pit stop, because over here, this is a completely fresh subframe ready to go. This looks brand new.
Yeah, we've stripped everything, powder coated all the sort of moving components, everything that was on bolt.
Yeah.
Refreshed all the bushes, subframe mounts there.
Okay, so this subframe has actually come out of a chassis that you're going to turn into a race car.
Yep.
But our subframe isn't going to go to waste, is it? You're just going to do the same thing and put it in another car.
It's a completely sort of exchange basis almost. So we've got one that we build, have in the background, and then it reduces the downtime on the ramp and on the vehicle itself.
We're going to take a brief break from the action to give you another episode of What's It Swallows. Last time we showed you the X-Type touring car, and today, you could say we've upped the game a bit. This is a 2002 Jaguar R3 driven by Eddie Irvine. I say that, it is a show car. The tub is real, but a lot of the rest of it is just for show. Can we all agree this is the greatest Formula One livery, the best looking F1 livery ever? That Jaguar green, and especially the leaper coming up the airbox here. Seeing this go around tracks in the early 2000s, it blew my mind as a kid. And knowing it was a Jaguar, well, it was kind of Jackie Stewart's racing team before, and then it became Jaguar, and then it became Red Bull, but that's why I support Red Bull now, because they used to be this. This is Max Verstappen's great grandfather F1 car. And just look at it. And I'm going to get in it. And I've actually bought something just for this occasion. Jaguar had a team in Formula One from 2000 to 2004 after Ford bought Stewart Grand Prix from Jackie Stewart. They didn't really achieve that much. I think they got a couple of podiums from Irvine, but it doesn't really matter to me. When someone says Formula One, this is what I think about. It's here at Swallows because it was on their stand at the NEC Classic Car Show just a couple of weeks ago, but it will be spending a lot of time here fairly soon. I can't talk about the plans too much, but let's just say in 2023, this thing will hopefully be mobile. I'll leave it there. The Swallows facility here is a proper Jaguar treasure trove. Whether you're into the classics or the more modern supercharged stuff, they have absolutely everything here. And if you're in the market for a cool-engined, curvaceous car like these, today's video sponsor, Car Vertical, is the perfect tool to check out a vehicle's history before you buy it. Let's say you fancy an F-Type. You could say our XKR is the granddad of one of these things. You find a car, you get its reg or its VIN number, you pump it into Car Vertical, and then by using information collated from all over the world, you will get a report that looks like this. To start with, the mileage, theft and finance sections are green ticks, nothing to worry about. But there is an amber warning in the accident section, something to worry about. Flick down to the accident section and the report says the car was written off in 2018 and the pictures tell the full story. God damn it, this F-Type has taken a hammering. That entire front crash structure is completely stoved in. All the airbags look like they've gone off. This Jag is an absolute mess. But the data also tells us that the car has passed numerous MOTs since then. So this F-Type is back on the road, and without a Car Vertical report, you could buy it not knowing what that car has been through. So if you are buying a car soon or you want to check the history of your own car, use our exclusive link in the description below where you will get 10% off when using Car Vertical. And thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. First up, with the engine supported from above, it was wheels off, brakes off, and the steering rack disconnected before the most stressful bolts of the subframe extraction, the ones that disappear up into the chassis. So Dan, these are the last two bolts and these are the nasty ones.
Yeah, the others have come out so far so good, so I've got my hopes up, shall we say.
You're happy to just gun it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see it.
No, that one's starting to round.
Okay,
so,
good. One, no, well, after that, no, you can take it. I'm not getting stuck in there. If she snaps, she snaps. There we go.
1 out of 2. The other one might go with a special socket.
Why are these such a disaster zone?
It's primarily just they're in the area of all of the road grime and water.
Even on my Japanese Jag, they're a bit dodgy. With a bit more persuasion and a special socket, the final subframe bolt gave up the fight. Dan, that was beautifully orchestrated, but there has been one casualty. What's happened here?
Yeah, it's more sort of showing previous damage. This is the engine mount. It was all unbolted, but it came down with the subframe and there's no oil in it at all.
Okay, so what should that look like?
That should look like this nice new item here that we've got.
And it should still be up there.
It should still be up there
side.
attached to the engine.
Right, okay.
Thankfully, it's one nut to change, so it's a nice, easy fix. And we'll ultimately sharpen the feel of the car up, so we'll probably do both of them as we're here, and it's only one's showing wear.
Okay. And as Jaguar subframe removals go, this was an absolute breeze, right?
Yeah, it's been a nice experience.
Good. I hope that carries on for the rest of the car. The next thing is suspension.
Yes, I'll put the front coilovers in whilst we got the front end out, and then we'll do the rears when we do the rear.
I can see them over there. They look sick. Just to emphasise how clean our car is, this is a UK-based Jag subframe and it is absolutely f***ed. It is crispy all over. This would have been a nightmare to extract from the car and would be even more of a nightmare to restore. You'd be better just chucking this out and getting a refreshed one straight away. And just over there, buried in that pile, is a perfect example of a UK XKR's bodywork. They've started cutting into it, but it's just growing more and more and more. The car's corroded so much that they essentially gave up on that project and it's sat there ever since. So many UK Jags end up like that one over there. So the moral of the story is don't buy British cars, buy Japanese British cars, if that makes sense. Suspension, Dan. There will be a lot of people saying, oh, you're putting adjustable coilovers on a Jag. Jags are famous for their lovely ride comfort. You're going to ruin it. What's the situation with these?
We have spent probably the best part of a year developing these to maintain that ride quality for the end user.
So this is the brand that you put on your racing cars?
Yep, we worked very closely with Avo throughout our entire brand now. So the race cars run Avo, the road cars are now, we are doing coilover kits from Avo as well. And these are all height adjustable and damping adjustable, so you can tune it to what you kind of feel.
So will I be able to slam my Jag XKR and it also still be comfortable?
Yeah, it'll still be comfortable. We've developed this so it will actually go to standard ride height all the way down to 55mm below.
Okay, that's interesting.
So it's a nice kind of people who particularly don't want the boy racer type look, but want the upgraded ride and handling characteristics.
I'm more than happy to lower it, because I think this shape, a bit closer to the ground, will look even better than it usually does.
Yeah, we've done a lot of sort of chassis dynamics on the XK, and we know kind of the optimum ride heights to put them at now, so we can do that, certainly.
Okay, let's whack them in. With the suspension now swapped and refreshed, it was time to lower the XKR down onto its equally fresh front subframe. I think this is the best looking front end assembly I've ever seen on a Jag. So that's another day nailed on the XKR. And I think what it's emphasised is when you don't have to do a ton of fabrication, no rust repair, you can transform a car so much quicker. This front end is now completely brand new in just one day. In the next episode, we're going to be doing pretty much the exact same at the rear, installing lovely powder coated pieces like this on the rear subframe. And the most exciting thing for me is we're going to be installing a brand new custom exhaust system. That's going to be epic. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I've been Mike, and don't forget to subscribe to DRIVETRIBE, and I'll see you in the next episode of Project Jag.